Welcome back to Coqui Amigos Connections. Today we're going to really dive deep into a topic that we've been getting a lot of questions about. It's the cost of living in Puerto Rico. And really figuring out, is this the right place for you?
Yeah.
Could this be your next chapter?
For sure.
So we've gathered a ton of information about just the financial realities of living on the island, and but also sort of the incredible value that Puerto Rico offers.
Absolutely. Yeah. I think that's something that we really want to get across to folks is that, when you're looking at the dollar signs, you also got to look at what you're getting for those dollars.
Right.
And that equation is really pretty amazing in Puerto Rico.
So let's start with the basics.
Yeah.
Where are you going to live when you get here? Housing.
Yeah.
So Puerto Rico has a really diverse housing market. You can find everything from, lively city apartments to, these beautiful villas right on the coast. Now it comes to rent. It really varies. If you're looking in San Juan, in those upscale neighborhoods,
Right.
it's going to be more expensive than if you're looking in maybe some smaller towns further out. And then if you're thinking about buying a place, you got to factor in things like property taxes. And HOA fees if you're in a community that has an HOA. And then really importantly, the cost of preparing for hurricanes.
Yeah, that's a big one.
Because that's a reality of living on an island.
It is, but, I think a lot of folks get intimidated by that, and they shouldn't.
Right.
Because, there are ways to mitigate that cost.
Yeah.
And there are also, different areas that are less susceptible to the worst of the storms.
Okay, so let's move on to food. So when it comes to groceries, it's a little bit of a mixed bag,
Right.
You'll find that some of the imported items are probably a little more expensive than you're used to on the mainland. But here's the thing. You have this incredible opportunity to embrace the local culture and save some money by shopping at, local markets.
That's nice.
The produce is fresh, it's affordable, and, you're supporting local farmers and businesses.
It's a win-win.
Right. And then when it comes to dining out, again, Puerto Rico has such a vibrant food scene. You can find anything from these little kiosks on the beach.
Yeah, those are amazing. And so affordable.
Right, to, more traditional restaurants. So, it's a culinary adventure.
Yeah.
But it can also be a really budget-friendly way to enjoy the island.
Yeah, I mean, you can really get those authentic flavors and, experience the culture.
Okay, so let's talk about utilities.
Okay.
And internet. So electricity is definitely a factor to consider. It's one of the more expensive things about living in Puerto Rico.
It is, and it's actually something that a lot of residents are looking for solutions to.
Yeah.
So you see a lot of people investing in things like solar panels
to
try to offset that cost.
And also, be prepared for the occasional power outage,
Right.
which, can happen on an island.
Yeah, it's just part of island life, but, with a little bit of preparation, it's not a big deal.
Right. Now, when it comes to water, it's generally pretty affordable. And then internet access can vary,
Right.
You'll find that in the urban areas, you're more likely to have access to fiber optic connections.
Yeah, those are definitely becoming more common.
Yeah.
Especially in the cities.
All right, so let's talk about getting around the island. So outside of San Juan, having a car is probably going to be the most convenient option.
Yeah, especially if you want to explore.
Right. But of course, you got to factor in gas prices, which, can fluctuate, and then also tolls.
Right. And those can add up, especially if you're doing a lot of driving.
Now, there are alternatives like ride-sharing services and the Publico vans.
Yeah, those are great for getting around, especially if you're on a budget.
But, they might not be available everywhere on the island.
Right. They're more common in the cities.
So another thing to think about is, if you choose to live in a walkable area, like Old San Juan.
Oh, yeah. You might not even need a car, which, that could save you a lot of money.
It could. And it's also a really nice way to live, just being able to walk everywhere.
Yeah. All right. So healthcare is another really important factor.
Absolutely. And it's one that a lot of people have questions about.
Right. So Puerto Rico has both a public healthcare system and a private healthcare system.
And the quality of care in the private hospitals is excellent.
And for anyone who's relocating to Puerto Rico, health insurance is a must.
Yes, definitely.
Don't skip on that.
And the cost of that is going to vary depending on, the coverage you choose.
Right.
But a lot of people, especially retirees, find that the cost of healthcare in Puerto Rico is very appealing.
Yeah, it's definitely more affordable than in many parts of the U.S.
Right. Now, there might be times when you need specialized care that's not available on the island. And in those cases, you might have to travel to the mainland.
But that's not something that happens very often.
Right. Okay. So last but not least, let's talk about entertainment and just enjoying life in Puerto Rico.
The fun stuff.
Right. The good news is that you don't have to spend a lot of money to enjoy the beauty of this island.
It's true.
Right? You've got beaches, hiking trails, cultural festivals. All of these things are either free or very low cost.
And they're amazing. You can spend all day exploring the El Yunque rainforest, and it'll cost you next to nothing.
Yeah, of course, if you want to, join a gym or go to, fancy nightclubs. You can certainly do that. But you can also have an incredibly rich and fulfilling lifestyle just by exploring the local scene, the community events, really immerse yourself in the island's culture.
Yeah, I mean, that's the best way to experience Puerto Rico.
So as you can see, the cost of living in Puerto Rico, it has its nuances, but there are so many ways to make it work for your budget.
And so many ways to really get the most out of it.
Right. From the affordable local produce to the free and low-cost ways to enjoy the island's natural beauty.
It's a pretty special place.
It's a really unique value proposition.
It is.
So if you're thinking about relocating to Puerto Rico and you want to see how it could fit into your budget and your dreams, contact us at Coqui Amigos Connections.
Yeah, we'd love to hear from you and help you figure out if this is the right move for you.
We can do a personalized budget breakdown for you based on your specific needs and your lifestyle.
We'll answer all your questions and help you make that dream a reality.
So as you're thinking about, your next chapter, ask yourself, what kind of lifestyle are you really seeking?
Yeah.
And could Puerto Rico be the perfect place for you to thrive?
Food for thought.
All right. Thanks for joining us. We'll see you next time.
See you later.